Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart chose? Only time. Who can say why your heart sighs as your love flies? Only time. And who can say why your heart cries when your love lies? Only Who can say when the roads meet that love might be in your heart? And who can say when the day sleeps if the night keeps on your heart? Night keeps on your can say if your love grows as your heart chose? Only time. And who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. Who knows? Only time. Who
Good morning. My name's Kathy Koches, and I am today's service associate. Bob Koches will be presenting our message this morning. Our opening words are by Kathleen McTeague. We come together this morning to remind one another to rest for a moment on the forming edge of our lives, to resist the headlong tumble into the next moment until we claim for ourselves awareness and gratitude, taking time to look into one another's faces and see there communion, the reflection of our own eyes, the house of laughter and silence, memory and hope, is hallowed by our presence together. And so I just want to welcome you with live from Fellowship Hall. It's our Sunday service. Our announcements were on a slideshow before this service and were also sent out by email yesterday with the order of service. If you are new and would like to receive emails for upcoming services, please talk to a member of the welcome team. And now, a special welcome to our visitors. If you're visiting us for the first time or have returned after a long absence to reconnect with us, we invite you to say your name and tell us where you're from. If you're on Zoom, use the Zoom raise hand features. We'll ask you to unmute. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. We'll start with the people in the room. Any visitors? Anyone new? There we go. Francisco has the microphone.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and
Yeah,
Can you hear okay?
yeah, it's fine.
Okay. My name is Rachel, and I've been living here in the Ahihic area for about 5 years now, and I'm originally from Alaska.
Welcome. Anyone else in the room? Now let's switch to those on Zoom. Is there anyone new with us on Zoom?
I don't see anyone, Kathy.
Thank you. And just a brief note, we offer a wide variety of services on various topics presented by our members and outside guests, as well as our minister, Matt Alspaugh. We hope you will return to sample this variety of thought and belief. Our chalice lighting words today are by Reverend Leah Duran Jones. As we light this flame, we remember friends and loved ones near and far, and we give thanks. As the fire burns brightly, we open our minds and hearts to new ways of being, and we feel alive. As the room glows with warmth and kindness, we extend our circle ever wider to welcome those who want to come in and we know love. Now let us light our chalice with these words that we sing together.
We kindle this light in celebration for the life that we share.
There are many ways to be of service to LCUUF. Our time, our treasure, and our talent are all necessary components to a healthy fellowship. Now is the time in our service when we ask you to share the gift of treasure through pledging and donations. Instructions for payment to the fellowship are on a slide during announcements before the service every week. For the people here at the fellowship, we will pass the basket. If you are new here today, or if you're struggling to hold things together, just let the basket pass you by. Your presence is more than enough of a gift to us. Oops. And while you're considering your gifts to the fellowship, remember that each month LCUUF donates 5,000 pesos or more to an organization in our lakeside community. We share 1/2 of the offering collected at the fellowship each week with that organization. For the month of March, we're supporting Operation Feed. Operation Feed is a group of people dedicated to providing food and improving the lives of the very poor and marginalized people of the village of San Juan Cosala, which is about a 10-minute drive from Ahihic. They provide weekly food dispenses for those who would go hungry without the aid. Many of the recipients are elderly, disabled, and children who are hungry. Operation Feed also supports new program initiatives to involve the people in developing additional income sources, such as skills in English, offering them a hand up and not just a hand out. Operation Feed's goal is to help these people live productive lives free from hunger. Finally, although Operation Feed doesn't provide monetary support, they do participate in other initiatives in San Juan Cosala, such as the token store and the music program, to help increase the dreams of the people of San Juan Cosala. Our opening hymn is Come, Come, Whoever You Are. Please rise as you're willing and able and join me in singing. We'll play through once and then we'll sing it through twice. Each week, we take time to remind ourselves that we belong to a community which cares for each other. The sharing of joys and sorrows and milestones is one way that we practice holding one another in community. We speak what is in our hearts, sharing any significant joys or sorrows in our lives, because there is power in sharing. We will start with the folks in the room to give those on Zoom a chance to type joys or sorrows into the chat box to be read out loud by the Zoom host. First, let us recall the joys, whatever you may be celebrating, whatever evokes a feeling of joy or peace for yourself or others. Are there any joys that people would like to share?
Some of you may remember last fall, I asked for prayers for my brother who had just been diagnosed with stage 4 of cancer. And I'm pleased to announce after chemo and immunotherapy, he is doing quite well. I spoke with him yesterday, and instead of the weak voice, I mean, we thought we were going to lose him. But, you know, he's recovering, continues to recovering, and we rejoice. Yeah.
Wonderful. I have a joy and concern that I will share. Many of you know Pearl and Terry Glenn. Pearl fell a few days ago and broke her patella in 3 places in her knee and her meniscus and was torn. And she had surgery Friday night, and it went very well. So it's a joy and a concern that the surgery went well and a concern for her recovery.
Hi, I'm Thelma Sue Wagner. Don't call me Thelma. Yeah, I need a blessing for my family because I'm going to see my granddaughters in Florida, and they think I'm eccentric and difficult. So yeah. So that's all. So this could be mixed too, couldn't it, Kathy?
Indeed.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm Larry, and I just have good news. My son-in-law in Texas has been taken off the ventilator, and looks like he's on the mend. So,
Great. Anyone else in the room?
Hi, I'm Sally, and I'm thankful for my new little tomato plant. So thanks for whoever brought those in. And it's, for me, the little things today that are helpful.
Indeed.
I'm Janice, and I'm so thankful for all the creatures I get to see, the birds, the different songs, even the insects here are so different and wonderful, and I just so appreciate nature.
Anyone else in the room? Are there any joys to be shared on Zoom?
Yes, there are. From Colleen Berry, it's a joy to be in Mexico City after an absence of over 40 years. Lots to see and do here. Concern for my niece, Nicole, who is recovering from a hysterectomy and in a lot of pain. Then from Terry Glenn, great joy to share as Pearl is recovering from knee surgery on Friday. Pearl fell last Sunday on road construction in Chapala and fractured her kneecap. Thanks to the excellent staff and superb, highly skilled orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Monica Sanchez. She performed surgery in Guadalajara at San Francisco Hospital. Pearl is feeling terrific. And then the last one from Hyacinth Miller. It's -3 degrees here north of Toronto. and the skies have been gray for days. My
Oh,
joy is having been able to spend 5 weeks in beautiful Ahia and being introduced by Devorah Kelly to the warmth, energy, and sense of purpose of the people at LCUUF. Every service I attended was unique and deeply moving in its own way. I'm profoundly grateful I was able to experience that. And that's it?
thank you, Richard. Now let us voice our sorrows, whatever the world may be holding that is in need of our healing and caring thoughts. Are there any sorrows that people would like to share here in the room?
I'm going to Florida, and I'm concerned for my granddaughters. Does that work both ways?
Yes. Indeed. Any other sorrows?
Hi, I'm Mark. Gloria and I have been here a few times over the several months we've been here in Ajijic, and we're leaving in about 10 days. And I wasn't sure whether to express this as a joy or a sorrow. I think it's some of both, but I put it on this side because I'm more sad about leaving than I am happy about where we're going back to. Although we are going back to Canada for 6 months, and that's home, and we have loved our home there, and we're kind of in the process of developing into spending more time here. So we'll see you all again, well, next weekend and hopefully, and then down the road.
Any more sorrows here in the room? Are there any sorrows on Zoom?
Nothing from Zoom today.
Okay. And now we'll light this candle from our care team, which represents the joys and sorrows we hold in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. We light this candle for all those unspoken sorrows and joys. Now let us share a moment of silence to hold in our hearts both the sorrows and the joys that have been shared this morning. Our first reading today is from Talia Hunter. Patience visited me, and it reminded me that good things take time to come to fruition and grow slowly with stability. Peace visited me, and it reminded me that I may remain calm through the storms of life, regardless of the chaos surrounding me. Hope visited me, and the bells. Hope visited me, and it reminded me that better times lay ahead, and it would always be there to guide me and uplift me. Humility visited me, and it reminded me that I may achieve it by not trying to shrink myself and make myself less, but by focusing on serving the world and uplifting those around me. Kindness visited me, and it reminded me to be more gentle, forgiving, and compassionate toward myself and those surrounding me. Confidence visited me, and it reminded me not to conceal or suppress my gifts and talents in order to make others feel more comfortable, but to embrace what makes me, me. Focus visited me, and it reminded me that other people's insecurities and judgments about me are not my problem. I should redirect my attention from others back to me. Freedom visited me, and it reminded me that no one has control over my mindset, thoughts, and well-being but me. And love visited me, and it reminded me that I need not search for it in others as it lies within me.
Il dolce far niente. It kind of just rolls off the tongue. This takes me back to my Sicilian roots. It's my favorite Southern Italian saying that means the sweetness of doing nothing. It does not mean being lazy. It is referring to the pleasure one gets from being idle, the ability to completely enjoy and savor a moment. This is a practice that Kathy and I have been doing for years. As an example, Kathy and I, in our travels, have always taken a day to just relax and savor the moment. We often go down to the plaza and just sit with our coffee and just be. When we have traveled abroad, we do the same thing. It allows us to relax and recharge in what otherwise is a very busy tourist schedule. So, my dear friends and fellow travelers on this journey of life, let's talk about this concept that may seem foreign to many of us, especially in this fast-paced, always connected world. In our modern society, we are constantly encouraged to be productive, to do more, to achieve more, to accumulate more. We are told that we are only as valuable as what we can do or what we can produce. We are told that idleness is an enemy of progress and that we must always be moving forward, always hustling, always grinding. But what if I told you that sometimes the best thing to do, we can do for ourselves, for others, and for the world is simply to stop, to slow down, to be still. What if I told you that taking a break from the constant rush and noise of life can be the very thing that refreshes and rejuvenates us and enables us to be our best selves? This is the essence of Il Dolce far niente. It is the idea that there is a value in simply being and taking a step back and enjoying the present moment and in doing nothing. It is the recognition that sometimes we need to take a break from our endless pursuit of goals and achievements and simply allow ourselves to relax and recharge. Now, some may argue that doing nothing is a waste of time and that we should always be striving towards a better future. But the truth is, our endless pursuit of progress and success can often lead to burnout, stress, and a sense of emptiness. When we are always focused on what we have to do next, we can miss out on the beauty of life that is happening right now in this moment. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe that every person is worthy of respect and dignity, and that we have a responsibility to care for ourselves and others. When we take time to rest and recharge, we are fulfilling that responsibility. When we allow ourselves to be still, we are giving ourselves a chance to have that stillness, that gift of peace, of renewal, of clarity. We are allowing ourselves to be fully present in our lives and to experience the richness and beauty of existence. But Il Dolce far niente is not just about taking a break. It's also about embracing the idea that there is a value in the simple things, in the small moments, in the quiet and stillness of life. It is recognizing that sometimes the most profound and meaningful experiences are not the ones we create through our endless striving, but rather the ones that arise from simply being in the moment and experiencing life as it is. The Italians and Sicilians aren't the only ones that have this concept of doing nothing. First, there was hygge, the Danish concept that made staying in and getting cozy cool. Then there was lagom, the Swedish mindset of approaching life with an everything in moderation mindset. Now there is another Northern European trend that's being embraced as a way to combat our increasingly busy and often stressful lives. Nixon. The Dutch concept is simple as well, doing nothing. Wu Wei means, in Chinese, non-doing or doing nothing. It sounds like a pleasant invitation to relax or worse, fall into laziness or apathy. This philosophy of Taoism is at the heart of what it means to allow the Tao, or the way. According to the central text of Taoism, the Tao Te Ching, the way never acts, yet nothing is left undone. This is the paradox of Wu Wei. It doesn't mean not acting, it means effortless action, or actionless action. It means being at peace while engaged in the most frenetic tasks so that no one can carry these out with maximum skill and efficiency. Something of the meaning of Wu Wei is captured when we talk about being in the zone, at one with what we are doing, in a state of profound concentration and flow. So, my friends, by practicing Il Dolce far Niente, we can not only recharge and refresh ourselves, but also deepen our connection to the world and to others. When we are fully present in our lives, we are more able to be present for others and to offer them the support and the love they need. We also are better equipped to tackle the challenges and obstacles that life throws our way because we have taken the time to care for ourselves and to allow ourselves to be refreshed and rejuvenated. When you allow yourself to do nothing, you give your brain a chance to process experiences, consolidate memories, and reinforce learning. Your resting state is a powerful tool for regulating your emotions and maintaining the ability to focus. Rest will also help you make better decisions and be more productive. In conclusions, my friends, let us remember the sweetness of doing nothing. Let us embrace the idea that sometimes the best thing we can do is simply to be still, to be present, and to experience the beauty and richness of life in the moment. Let us take care of ourselves and allow ourselves the gift of peace, of renewal, of clarity. So, my dear friends, go forth and embrace Il Dolce far Niente. May you find peace, joy, and happiness in the stillness of life. And may you experience the sweetness of doing nothing. So take this moment and remember to go out and enjoy an espresso and cornetta as we practice the sweetness of doing nothing. This next reading is an intro to the video music that is coming. It can be difficult to stop clicking the keyboards, to let the wheels stop rolling, to let this be the time to wake to life. The song, Be Slow, reminds us that when we move so fast, we feel our feet may be on fire. We gain nothing by chasing after time. There's no control when you're running blind. The answer? Step out from the cold, embracing the silence. You gotta keep breathing. Lose yourself in the feeling. Just be slow. Just be slow.
All these feet on fire, heavy are your eyes and the weight on your shoulders, chasing after time. Something you yourself in the feeling. Just be slow, just be slow. Take it back to that moment before you start to feel broken. Just be slow, just be slow. Try to let it go. Step out from the cold and embracing the silence we will never told. We can sink like stones when we should be flying. No control when you're running blind. Darling, you gotta keep breathing. Lose yourself in the feeling. Just be slow, just be slow. Take it back to that moment before you start to feel broken. Just be slow, just be slow.
Carl Andre's 2004 book, In Praise of Slow, he describes the slow movement thus, quote, "It is a cultural revolution against the notion that faster is always better. The slow philosophy is not about doing everything at a snail's pace. It's about seeking to do everything at the right speed, savoring the hours and the minutes rather than just counting them. Doing everything as well as possible instead of as fast as possible. It's about quality over quantity in everything from work to food to parenting," unquote. Honore's message of slowing down is a refreshing change of pace. At its core, the idea of slow living is about finding balance in our lives. It's about recognizing that there are times when we need to slow down and focus on the things that matter to us most, rather than constantly rushing from one task to the next. This approach to life can help us feel more grounded, more connected to those around us, and in more control of our lives. As Unitarian Universalists, we value the idea of personal growth and self-discovery. We believe that each of us has the potential to grow and evolve in our own unique ways, and that the journey of life is an ongoing process. Slow living can help us to cultivate this growth by giving us the space and time to reflect on what truly matters to us. One of the key benefits of slow living is that it allows us to focus on our relationships with others. When we slow down, we have more time to connect with the people around us, to listen to their stories, and to support them in their journey. This can help to deepen our bonds with those we care about and create a sense of community that is so important to our lives. Another benefit of slow living is that it gives us the opportunity to be more mindful and present in our lives. When we're constantly rushing from one task to the next, it can be easy to get caught up in our thoughts and lose touch with the world around us. However, when we slow down, we are able to become more aware of our surroundings, to take notice of the small details that make life so rich and beautiful. As Unitarian Universalists, we value the idea of living a life that is meaningful and purposeful. We believe that each of us has the potential to make a positive impact on the world, and that our actions can help to create a more just and impact on the world, and that our actions can help to create a more just and equitable society. Slow living can help us to align our actions with our values and to find fulfillment in that work that we do. Of course, slow living isn't always easy. Our culture is built on the idea of speed and efficiency, and can be difficult to resist the pressure to constantly do more, be more, and achieve more, even in retirement. But when we make the conscious choice to slow down, we are taking control of our lives and choosing to live in a way that is in line with our values and priorities. This is why Henri says, quote, "The soul philosophy can best be summed up in a single word: balance. Be fast when it makes sense to be fast, and be slow when slowness is called for. To seek to live at what musicians call the tempo giusto, the right speed." Slow living is about finding balance and peace in a world that is often rushed and hectic. It's about taking time to reflect on what truly matters to us, to connect with others, and to live in a way that is aligned with our values. I hope today's message has inspired you to consider the benefits of slow living and to savor each moment. May we all find peace and fulfillment in our lives through the practice of slow living.
Our closing hymn is Find a Stillness. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing. In closing, I offer these words by Reverend Scott Taylor, titled Anchors of Calm. It reminds us that for each of us, our practices of stillness are our own anchors of calm. When the winds of your daring days begin to swirl, may you find your breath. May you remember that still point inside, that is always waiting to welcome you back home. And from that place of sacred peace, may you be an anchor of calm for those who need it as much as you. Go in peace, go in love. Let us extinguish our chalices with these words which we read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with all the world. Our worship is over, but our service begins. Go in peace and with a purpose.